Okay, so we've talked about the slope of a line tells how steep the line is. The variable used to represent slope is a lowercase m, and slope can be positive, negative, 0, or undefined. So again, the most important thing is we read graphs just like we read sentences from left to right. So if we want a positive slope, our line needs to be going which direction? Up. So that means from the left we have to start where?
Down.
We have to start near the bottom in order to get a positive slope. So we want to start low on the left side so we can go up on the right side. So this is a positive slope. The line is increasing from left to right.
You know how some go like that and then come back down?
So we're only looking at lines. So just a straight line.
Oh.
Okay? No, you're good. So y'all will look at other things that do that in algebra 2. Okay?
When negative slope is the same thing, they're going from the
Yep.
top left to bottom.
Very good. A negative slope must be going down. And for it to go down, we have to start up higher and then work our way down. Okay? So we're going to start from the top left and go down towards the bottom right. Okay? Got this?
Is it like this? Is corn nut?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Now I want to introduce you guys to one of my friends. His name is Bob. Bob helps me figure out what type of slope I have because sometimes I get a little confused. I know y'all would never get confused, okay? Now Bob, he likes to go hiking. He likes to go skiing. And so whenever he helps me figure out the slope, I have to put him on what part of the graph? The left or the right?
The left.
The left, because we always have to start from the left. So Bob has to start from the left. Alicia, head up. Okay, so I'm going to put Bob over here on the left side of my graph. He's a stick figure because we know I'm really great at drawing. And he only has eyes. Okay. Now, if Bob is walking this line, he is going which direction? Up. Therefore, it is a positive slope. Okay. So anytime you're having a hard time figuring out if you have a positive or negative slope, you can put Bob on your line. He just has to go on the left side. Okay. Same here. If I want to put Bob on my line, I can put him on the left side. He is going down. He is not yelling timber, but he is going down. So we have a negative slope. Okay? Positive, he's going up. Negative, he's going down. Okay?
He stays there.
No, not quite.
He moves side to side.
Okay? Are we good with positive and negative?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I do it on the board?
Guys, let's look at 0 and undefined. Yes, ma'am.
If 0 is going to be like that, or I have a 2, so can it be up and down?
Not 0, can't. 0 cannot. Okay, so 0 slope, we already talked about in this room, the floor has a 0 slope. It's not going up, it's not going down, it's going to be that flat surface. Okay, so therefore, a flat surface is going which direction?
Across.
Across. What do we call this?
Adjacent.
Parallel.
Okay, starts with an H.
It's horizontal.
Horizontal.
Oh, parallel to 2 lines.
Jimmy's got all the answers today. Alright, so 0 slope.
The tart shape.
Oh, gotcha.
But isn't it transverse?
No, that's perpendicular. Okay, so 0 slope, guys, girls, 0 slope is going to be a horizontal line. That horizontal line can go anywhere on your graph, okay? It just has to go from left to right. Okay? So some people might have a line that looks very similar to mine, it's just in a different place, okay? Now, undefined slope is the opposite. What's the opposite of horizontal? Vertical.
Can I write a person walking on there?
We're going to go back. I'm going to go back and do that. Okay? So undefined slope is vertical. Undefined slope is kind of weird because undefined slope does not have a number. It's literally undefined. Okay? Y'all remember when we solved equations and we got no solution and all real or infinite solutions? Okay? It's the same type of thing where we have to write the word and we don't actually just have a number to write down. Okay, so we can write a vertical line anywhere on our graph as long as it is going straight up and down. Now, Bob has a sister. Her name is Bobita.
No.
Bobita still has to go on the left side of the graph. Okay? She has hair. There's her hair. Okay? Now, if Bobita is skiing on this slope, guys, how much fun is she having?
Not.
No fun. She is having zero fun because she's having to do all the work. She's going to have to push herself. There's nothing to make her go down a hill because there is no hill, Raphael. Put it up. Okay, so she is having zero fun. Wah, wah, wah.
But then on the next one, she's having tons of fun.
Oh, wait, just wait, okay? So I should probably pause this part of the video and not record this, but it's too late. It's fine. There is not a left or right side of this line. There's just a top or bottom. She's going to start at the top. Now, yeah. Bobita, she's really great and helpful, but here's the thing. If she goes down this, there is no skiing down this. She's just going to fall, and she's going to be undefined at the bottom.
Yeah, that's a fancy way of saying.
Got it? Okay.
That she jumps off a cliff into like water.
Okay, well, still, for slope purposes, she's undefined. Okay? Yes.
She's on the top of building in her city, and she's taking a picture, and she falls.
Great. Thank you for being just as disturbing. Let Patrick in. Okay? So, guys, I like to use Bob and Bobita to figure out what slopes I have, okay? These are the two that people miss the most, okay, because they forget, okay? Horizontal is
Zero slope.
zero slope. Raphael, please stop. Your name has been said on multiple times on this video. Okay, vertical lines are
Deadly. Undefined.
undefined. Thank you. Okay. Now the other teachers are a little bit classier than I am. They use Mr. Slope Guy. Okay. I will put Mr. Slope Guy on my board, but if you guys like Mr. Slope Guy, you can use Mr. Slope Guy. If you notice, his left eye is a what? A positive sign. Okay, and his eyebrow is going up from the left to the right, so therefore we have a positive slope, positive sign. That's how we remember.
I see the eyebrows on the side of his face.
Guys, his right eye is a negative sign, and that eyebrow is going down. It's decreasing, so that's a negative slope. His nose is going up and down, so we have a vertical line here, and underneath is the U for the shape of his nose, so we remember up and down is undefined. His mouth, he's kind of like, okay, so he has a horizontal mouth with two little dimples here that are so adorable, so we remember horizontal is zero slope, okay? So, yes. I can't. Alright, so Mr. Slope Guy, if you guys have any papers, if y'all get an assignment, if you guys have a quiz, a test, and y'all like Mr. Slope Guy, draw him on there so you can refer back to him. Remember your undefined, zero, positive, and negative slopes, okay? Alicia, head up. Okay, but I asked you head up.
Oh, his hair could have been
Okay.
slope.
Any questions on Mr. Slope Guy? I just like Bob. Bob's more fun.
Bob and Bobita.
Bob and Bobita. Oh, Bobette. That would have been good. I came up with Bobita. Clearly, I wasn't thinking very well.
I like Bobita better.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Like Willie Corda.
I hate you.
What's his name?
All right. So to calculate slope on a graph, we're going to count the change vertically. What's vertically?
Up and down.
Up and down.
And down.
And the change horizontally. Horizontally is left and right. Okay. Now, do you guys remember? Kayla, how do you feel so bad, but you can talk in my class now? Then turn around and stop talking.
You just called it everybody.
Yeah.
She hasn't called me out today.
No, because you're doing great today. Okay. You guys, do y'all remember when we did Pythagorean theorem and we had to plot those 2 points on the graph and make a right triangle?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do in order to find our slope, we need 2 points on our line and we're going to make a right triangle. And we're just going to count the boxes like we were doing, okay? And that's going to count our change vertically and our change horizontally. All right? And then all we're going to do is put them together to get the slope. So right here, what do y'all notice? What does this look like?
It kind of looks like
It looks like a staircase. Very good. So our line must be increasing at the same rate. So it has to have the same rise, the same run every single time. Just like your stairs have to be the same height and the same width every single time. Because y'all know sometimes y'all have those weird awkward staircases where you have one that's like low and then one that's high, like at like stadiums and stuff. They always have those weird ones. And then you're like off balance because you're like, but it was supposed to be this high and then it wasn't this high. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Where you like trip on a staircase because it's not the right height? People were nodding. Thank you very much. Okay.
No, what's your opinion?
Okay, so what we're going to do, okay, I know this grid is a little bit difficult to see, but our slope, what letter represents slope? M, lowercase m. M is equal to rise. Guys, what's the rise?
Over run.
Over the run, divided by run. How many of you have heard of this before?
Me, in math.
Okay, in science.
I mean, science.
Okay. Okay, so slope is going to be rise over run. So looking at this staircase, how many up is this staircase going? 2. That's our rise. And how many is it going over? 3. So that's our run. What do you notice about the answer for our slope?
It's a fraction.
It's a fraction. So we're going to write a little note right here. Guys, slope is a fraction. Write this down. Slope is a fraction, okay? We want to remember that. The only time we're going to write a slope that's not a fraction is if it's like 3. Because 3 is what as a fraction?
Odd.
Even.
Okay, let's repeat that question. 3 is what as a fraction?
Negative.
It's numerator. It's 3 over 1.
Thank you, Amaya, because I was really concerned there for... okay. As a fraction, 3 can be rewritten over 1, okay? So we can write just 3 if y'all want to. If y'all want to write 3 over 1, y'all can do that as well. Okay? Good?
I'm fine.
Okay. Let's look at these graphs right here. Okay. Example A.
That's a positive.
It is a positive. How do we know that, Jimmy?
It's bottom
That's just
left
like-
going up, top right.
Very good. That's a positive slope.
The next one's a negative slope.
Okay? So let's just look at this first one. Before I can find my slope, what do I have to get 2 of on this graph?
The dot, the point.
The points. We've got to get 2 points. Now, to have a point, remember, those points have to be where that, right where that line hits the corners of 4 squares. Okay? So we've got to figure out where the line's crossing the corner. Okay? So do y'all see right here? Do you see how this line is in the corner of these 4 squares? That is a point. You okay, Anna?
I see the next one with corner.
Okay, Sarah, where's the other one?
Good. Another nice.
Right there. Very good. Thank you. Okay, we have a second point right here. Everybody needs to be putting these points on their graphs. Before we can find the slope, we need 2 points. Another one would be here and on the top. Okay. When we have 2 points, again, we're going back to when we did that Pythagorean theorem. What shape do we need to make?
Horizontal.
A what triangle? A right triangle. Okay? So, if we start from the bottom point, do you guys want to go up and right or right and up? Okay, up and right. So, remember, we have to follow those lines. We want to follow the lines on the grid. Okay? We don't want to cut across any boxes. That's weird. We want it to be perfectly straight up and down and side to side.
3 over 1.
Okay. Remember, we just have to count the boxes to find this rise. So we have 1, 2, 3 boxes. Remember, we want to count the boxes on the outside of the line, not inside the triangle. And we have 1 box across. Jimmy?
Is there like an equation or something to say this? Or how do we do it?
Okay. Well, slope is rise over run. And I'm going to write this down every time because the more we write it down, the less mistakes we're going to make. Rise over run. Write it on your paper. Because here's what happens. People don't write this down and they just put the numbers wherever they want to without paying attention. Okay, the top number has to be the rise. So which of these numbers is the up and down number? The 3. So the 3 goes on top. And then the side to side, the run is 1, so 1 goes on the bottom.
That's it.
And we talked about how this is a positive slope. 3 over 1 is positive. If you want to simplify this, this can be rewritten as what?
3.
3. But I will take either one of these. They're the same thing. This is simplified as a fraction. This is just simplified to a whole number. Either way, I'm fine. Yeah.
My eye hurts.
Okay. Questions on A? All right, let's look at B. Jimmy, what do we need 2 of before we can find the slope?
Dots.
Dots. Okay, Jimmy, where is 1 point?
I can't see.
You can't see?
I got it.
Hang on, Sarah. I'm really proud of you, but Jimmy's going to get the
is
slope.
that like the top left? Like,
Top left. Okay, so
it's like right there.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be one.
Yeah, that would be 1. So our line is crossing that corner of those 4 boxes, so that's perfect. I need another one, someone who has not told me one. Allison?
It's on the middle. It's like the middle.
The middle?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys remember, y'all can tell me where these points are by telling me coordinates. Okay? Yeah, there's different ones. Okay, so, well, we can just count. So this is left 1, 2, 3, 4. So -4, up 1, 2, 3, 4. So -4, +4 would be this one right here. And this one would be 0, 2, because it's up 2 boxes. Okay? So you guys could have told me coordinates to tell me these points, but this is fine. There are other points on this graph. Okay? And if you picked good points on this graph, we should end up with the same slope at the very end of this. Okay? So let's make our triangle. So from this point here, which way would y'all like me to go?
Down.
Down.
And then
Rise.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. We can go down and right. So guys, I said the word down. Down is what in math?
Negative.
A negative. Very good. So if I'm going down, how many boxes here?
2.
2. So that's a -2. When you go down, that's going to be a -2.
what happens if we go up?
Up is a positive. So just like on your y-axis, the negatives are below, down, and then your y's up, positives are
So
up.
if you're doing it like the other way around, is it 0 and then down 2?
Not 0.
Why do you have a negative?
You'd be this and then down 2. So how many boxes is this?
4.
4, and we're moving to the right, and on the right is going to be positives. Okay? Now, it's fine. We can always come back and put our negative in later. Okay? So if I see 2 and a 4, I'm going to write rise, over, run.
4 out of -2.
Jimmy, rise is up and down, which is which number? -2 or 2. Okay? And then the 4 is the run, so it goes on the bottom. Now, if you did not recognize that down is a negative, that's fine. If you look at your line, is it increasing or decreasing? It's going down, so therefore that would be a negative slope, so we can always come back and put it in that way. Okay?
Is it -2?
Now, here's the thing. What can we do with this fraction?
Divide it.
Okay, I don't want to divide.
Simplify.
I want to simplify. I want to simplify. -2/4 can simplify to negative what?
Negative whatever. Negative
1/2. Very good. Remember, we can divide 2 out of both of these. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. When y'all say divide, y'all mean 2 divided by 4, and I knew that, and y'all would give me a decimal. Y'all would give me 0.5. I don't want decimals. Remember, we want fractions.
How would you know that the simplified one is 2/4 to 1/2? I'm just, I know that. I'm just saying.
Well, technically you're dividing, but I know because when y'all said divide, y'all picked up your calculators and got ready to do 2 divided by 4. But Philip, you would never do that, right? Because you're perfect. You want the full yeah. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
an 83.
Will you get an answer longer because when you forget to
Yes. Okay. This last one, the line's a little hard to see. Remember, we have our x and our y axes, and so whatever that extra thing is here. Jimmy, I don't even know who you are today.
Or me, I'm doing
Or
good.
Sarah. You and Sarah both, man. The rest of you, but, you know. All right, this line, do y'all see how it is vertical? It's vertical, not
It's
horizontal.
undefined.
Okay, when we have a vertical line, if y'all get those mixed up, remember y'all can either put Bob on your line or look over here. It's going to be what slope?
Undefined.
It's the
Undefined. It's a vertical line, but the slope is undefined.
I keep saying undefined.
Undefined. Okay?
Let's go home. Right.